Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Turtle King, and today I'm going to be showing you how to get the new Harvester glove added in the newest Halloween update in Slap Battles. So first I'm going to be demonstrating the glove's effect. So what we're going to do is we're going to equip it and come right out here to the arena. And the first thing you'll notice is that we have this little scarecrow guy walking around. And at first he won't do anything, so he'll just keep kind of wandering around forever. That changes once we slap somebody. So when we slap somebody, you'll notice that they'll have a crow around them, and that crow will eventually hit them. If we give it a second. And once that happens, Scarecrow gets mad, and he picks up the person and drops them near me, the Harvester user. And for a couple seconds after the user is dropped, I will hit them much further. And while that much further effect is active, the user cannot receive any more crows. This red circle signifies where the Scarecrow will drop the user. So now that we know what the glove does, we need to know how to get it. So the first thing you want to do is head in here to the default only arena. Once you're here, you'll see a ghost house off in the distance over here. You can jump over these floating tombstones to get there. In this house, there's this portal, which leads to a sequence of 5 mazes. At the end of the 5th maze, you'll get the glove. Each maze has an exit, obviously, that you must find, but also in each maze is a number of monsters. So the first maze starts with 1 monster, and then every maze after that has all the monsters from the previous maze, plus an additional one. So I'll go over those monsters now. First entity you'll encounter in the maze is Pim, which you can see in other mazes and slap battles, like the maze that you get in from the keypad. And Pim will kind of just like hide around corners and start chasing you really fast after he sees you. But he's pretty easy to juke, as you'll see in these clips. He appears in the very first level of the maze and is present in every level of the maze after that. Additionally, Pim has audio cues, so you can tell him when he's near even if you can't see him. Whenever you're close to him, he'll make a high-pitched shrieking noise. That kind of is kind of airy, like whenever he sees you, there'll be a loud boom kind of noise, and whenever he's actively chasing you, he'll sound like a helicopter. The second entity that appears in the maze in level 2 is called the Scare Trap. It's a large scarecrow that's passive to you unless you step in one of its traps, at which point it will come and chase after you and kill you. But you can actually pretty much just walk through it as long as you don't step in its traps. And its traps are very obvious to see. That he usually puts them at like dead ends and intersections. So if you just hug the walls and jump over them, you should be fine. I've never actually been killed by him, so he's super easy. The third entity you can encounter in the maze is called the Mimic. It impersonates the skin or appearance of a random player in the server, and will wander around the maze randomly. If it sees the person that it's impersonating, it will run at that person and attack them. Luckily, this is the only entity that doesn't kill you if it gets to you. It just does 25 damage. You can slap it to make it go away, but it's a little bit finicky and it doesn't always work. But if it doesn't work, it's not a big deal because you won't die. The fourth entity that spawns in the maze is the Stalker. It can be found on levels 4 and up. It resembles a tall, gray humanoid with a large smiling face. Unlike other entities, you don't encounter it throughout the maze. Instead, it will randomly spawn behind you and make an ominous noise. If left untouched for 5 seconds, it will run to the nearest player extremely quickly and kill them on touch. However, while the Stalker is standing still, it can be slapped to make it despawn. The fifth and final entity of the maze is called the Nightmare. It resembles one of the noobs on the banner of the Nightmare glove. If it sees you, it will run towards you quickly. If it successfully hits you, it will spawn Pim. However, if you slap it before that happens, it will temporarily despawn and not spawn Pim. Now that we know all the monsters, we can go into the maze. I'll show you the highlights of this run so you can learn how to avoid the monsters most effectively and find the exit quickly. At the end of the video, I'll have a full unedited run so you can see the whole thing from start to finish. In that run, I encounter every monster and show off a couple strategies, but until then, let's hop into the maze here. And we gotta wait for this time. That was an extremely inopportune time to go in. Okay, so first things first, we get this little cutscene here. Let's turn off chat. And we're gonna want to come over to this door. That door won't work. It has to be the one with the handle on the right, on your right, I should say. And we'll come into this maze. So, really, all you can really do is just follow one of the walls. If you notice that you're going in a loop, then just take one other turn. Like, if I went all around here and found I was in a loop, instead of continuing to go left, I'd just go straight. And you can follow the right wall or the left wall. I usually followed the right wall, but somebody in the Discord said just keep turning left. So I don't know if... I don't think it actually really matters. I'm pretty sure it's just random where the exit is. So, yeah, just follow a wall. So we'll follow the left wall here. And at every intersection, you should look down every path, even if you know you're going to turn left, just to see if you can see the exit. I also recommend playing on lower graphics, so you can see further through the fog. I don't know if that actually... It makes things more clear, so I would recommend doing it. We're about to encounter our first monster, Pim. We can kind of see him through there, and he's kind of slowly creeping towards us. So if you stay close to a wall, he'll kind of get stuck on this corner and not be able to get us. Like that. And if you come out here, then he'll start moving a little bit closer. But you can pretty easily juke him like this. And occasionally, for some reason, he'll just kind of go slow because you can't really see you if you stand here in the corn. But really, the best thing with him is just be careful, always be on the lookout. He does have an audio cue, like we mentioned earlier. Let's see if we can hear that. It's not happening. There, do you hear that? I'll turn the volume up. It's quiet, a quiet shrieking sound here. Let's... That whooshing sound is Pim, so if we walk away... We're far away from Pim, we won't be able to hear it even with the volume all the way up. If I can find my way out of right by him. And also, just good thing to not get tunnel vision, is if you're running from a monster, you don't have to keep following the left wall or whatever wall you're following. Really, your survival is the most important thing. But here we are. We're far away from Pim, and the noise is gone, which is kind of what I was trying to show. So that noise, if you hear that, you know Pim is close. Alright, so I've just found the exit. I do gotta be a little bit careful. This Pim is right on my tail over there. I don't know if you can see it because of YouTube compression, but Pim's right there. Here's the exit. Here's what it looks like. As big neon exit sign, and it does release a bit of a beacon up into the air. It is possible to see this over hedges, but it's kind of rare just because of the way the layout of the maze works. I do have an example of being able to see it over hedges in my maze that I have at the end, which I'll show at the end of the video, but for now, just know that you can see it. Now, moving on. So this is the beginning of Maze 2, and you'll notice that it's a different layout, and that's because it's a different maze every time. I believe they're procedurally generated, or at least pulled from a very large pool of existing mazes. But point is, you're going to have to kind of find your way through it each time. And here's Pim. That is not what I was hoping for. What I'm trying to show off right now is I want to show off the new monster, or whatever, that spawns during this maze. That is Maze 2 and onward. So I will cut to then right now. So here's the monster. As I said earlier, it is completely passive, and if we follow it around for long enough, eventually it'll stop at an intersection or a dead end and put one of these traps down. Now, starting out like that, it just put a second one down. Or, that might be the first one. I don't know, but point is, I can put these traps down. I'm not gonna stand in it to demonstrate the effect. Just don't step in them. And they can also starting from Maze 2 and onward, they also can just generate with the map. So sometimes you'll see them just kind of existing as soon as you spawn in, and that's because they can also generate. They don't have to have the guy put them down. And also, that guy is he's the entity. He can spawn pretty much immediately next to you, and that's because he is, like I said, completely passive unless you step in one of his traps. So if you spawn in and you immediately hear his footsteps, don't worry, he's not going to hurt you. Just don't step in the traps. So here is the entity added in the third level of the maze. And it is a player-like little entity. It impersonates a random player on the server, and if we were in front of it, we would see that it has red eyes after it sees you. It looks normal before that. And basically, it will kind of just wander around randomly until it sees you, or until you get too close, and then it will chase after you. Its eyes turn red, and it will chase after you. I did read on the wiki that you can slap it. I've never successfully done so, but I'm going to attempt to do it right here. I did hear the slap, but I still got damaged, so take that for however you will take that. And whenever it does, whenever it hits you, it will teleport away, and you can encounter it again in a different spot later. And yes, that's the other thing with the entity. It's the only one that does not immediately kill you after it gets you. Well, I guess the one later in the 5th level doesn't immediately kill you, but it spawns Pim, who will immediately kill you. But it just does a fourth of your health, so you can actually get hit by it 4 times before you die. That's the noise of this guy. So he'll spawn behind you whenever you hear that noise, and you just have to go back and slap him. So, if you don't slap him, then after approximately 5 seconds of not being slapped, he'll get very angry and be extremely fast and run towards the nearest player. And he can pathfind and everything. He'll find you around corners. So he's very, very dangerous if you don't get rid of him. So, I have my volume turned a little bit down, so you may not have heard that noise. I'll amplify it in editing, but whenever you hear that noise, just turn around, slap him, and you should be good. Really only dangerous if you're already being like chased by Pim, and then he spawns. Then you kinda should probably go and try to slap him, because he will be far more dangerous than Pim, should he be allowed to live. Or to chase you, I should say. And now this is the 5th and final section of the maze, and it is the one part of the one maze out of the 5 that's actually not random. So we can actually grab a map of it really fast, if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. So I'll just put this. This is from the wiki. You can also find this on the wiki. I'll put this right here. I'll have a link to the wiki page in the description. So I'll just put that there. And we should be good to go now. So whenever we go in here, we can just follow this path, and we should be good. Just do be careful to, obviously, avoid any entities that may spawn. We probably won't encounter the entity that spawn. Yeah, see, we're just here. That guy definitely didn't have time to place them yet. We probably won't encounter the 5th. Oh, I'm already lost. The 5th entity that spawns just in this part. I do have some footage of him later. At the end of the video, at that run that I show at the end. But he does not spawn. He doesn't spawn all the time. It's not all too common. It's hard to concentrate on the map and talk at the same time. And I'm going to show the whole 5th, maze here, because because it is the same for everyone. I hope I went the right way. I hope that what's his name? Stalker didn't distract me. Okay, so after you get to this gray gate, we will see a cutscene, and keep your map up, because we'll need it for this next part. So we walk in and get a cutscene. So this isn't too hard at all, especially if you have a map. Just run straight here. There's a turn at the very beginning. There's a turn on your right that you should not take. This T up here, take a right. And then in this stone structure, take a left. And from here, everything is just go straight. If you're looking at the map, you'll see that there's only one more crossroads for the entire thing, and you just go straight. So kind of just keep going down the same path that you're already going, and you should be good. And here's the end. And there's supposed to be a cutscene there, but it doesn't work most of the time. Or, I should say all the time, it's actually extremely bugged right now. But yeah, that's how you do the maze. Okay guys, that's all the advice I had. Now I'm going to show you that clip I was talking about earlier of me, a complete playthrough of the maze. It's going to be a different one from earlier. I think it's a little bit better. And it's got some stuff. Oh, okay. It's got some stuff, some other stuff like being able to see the beacon over the walls. So if you guys want to watch that, you can or not. I mean, I'm done giving advice now, so the video is pretty much done. But if you just kind of want a reference to how the whole process should go, you can watch this bit now. Thank you guys so much for watching this far. Remember to like and subscribe if you like the video, and I'll see you next time.